Good afternoon. Hello, everyone. Thank you for attending today's meeting. So I hope you are doing well. So let's get started. So we are group two, and we are here today to discuss how students and young adults can maintain cybersecurity based on the idea presented by so but to analyze the problem from different perspectives, evaluate possible solution, and make a final decision on the most effective approach. So cybersecurity is no longer only a technical issue. It affects education, business, government system, and personal values. So a signal carelessly can lead to serious consequences. During this meeting, so first we will review the problem and who is affected. Then we will discuss several sections proposed by Group 5. And after that, after evaluating their uh, advantage and elimination, we will decide on the best solution or a combination of solution. So I encourage everyone to share their views, and I may step in to keep us on track. So with that, let's move on the issue review. Next.
Thank you. I will begin by explaining why cybersecurity among students and young adults is a serious issue, especially from an ethical and social perspective. Today, young people use the internet for almost everything. We use it for studying, submitting assignments, attending online classes, socializing with friends, entertainment, shopping, and even part-time work. Because the internet is so convenient, many students depend on it every day. However, many people forget that what we do online is not separate from real life. Our online action also have moral and social consequences. From an ethical point of view, cybersecurity is not only about technology, it is also about our behavior and responsibility. Ethical cybersecurity means protecting our own personal data, such as passwords, student IDs, and private messages. It also means respecting other people's privacy are not accessing or sharing information that does not belong to us. In addition, it involves avoiding harmful behaviors such as cyberbullying, spreading fake information, or misusing online content without permission. When ethical awareness is low, many problems begin to appear, as Group 5 pointed out earlier. We can see increasing cases of data leaks, hacked social media accounts, online harassment, and identity theft. For example, some students use weak passwords or share their login details with friends. Others may download unsafe software or click on unknown links. These actions may seem small, but they can lead to serious security problems. These obstacle online actions do not only harm individuals, they also create an online environment where privacy, trust, and responsibility are ignored. When people feel that their personal information is not safe, they become anxious and lose confidence in using digital platforms. This can affect how students learn, communicate, and express themselves online. The people affected by this issue are not just one group. First, students may suffer because their academic work can be lost, delayed, or even stolen. Important assignments, Research data or personal information may be deleted or misused. Second, universities can also be affected because their systems may be attacked by hackers. This can lead to system shutdowns, data loss, and damage to the university reputation. Finally, society as a whole is affected because the unethical online behavior spreads very quickly. When bad behavior is normalized online, more people may copy it. This issue needs to be resolved because once personal information is leaked online, it is almost impossible to fully remove it. Photos, messages, or personal data can be shared repeatedly without the person's permission. The impact can last for many years and may affect a person's education, career, and mental health. Therefore, cybersecurity is not only a technical issue, it also an ethical and social responsibility. As students and young adults, we must learn to protect ourselves and respect others in the digital world. By increasing ethical awareness, we can create a safer, more respectful, and more responsible online environment for everyone. Thank you.
I agree with that point, and I'd like to focus on solutions related to student and digital culture. When we talk about cybersecurity, students are one of the most important groups because we use the internet almost all the time for studying, social media, online shopping, and even part-time jobs. So it makes sense that many of the solutions should start with students. One major proposal from Group 5 is an interactive cybersecurity education program for students. Instead of boring lectures where we just sit and listen, this program focuses on hands-on workshops, games and quizzes through mobile apps, and also student-led cyber safety teams. For example, in workshops, students can actually practice identifying fake emails, scam messages on dangerous websites. Through games and quizzes, learning becomes more interesting and less stressful. And student-led teams allow young people to share real experience, such as how their account were hacked or how they avoided online scams. This approach works because students learn best when their content is relatable, practical, and engaging. When we can see how cybersecurity affects our own lives, we are more likely to take it seriously and remember it. Another important idea is building cybersecurity as part of daily culture. Just like we automatically lock our doors before leaving home or wear seatbelt in a car, online safety should also become a habit. It should it should be something we do without even thinking. For example, before clicking on a link, we should pause and think. When we receive an unusual message, we should question whether it is real, and we should avoid oversharing personal information such as our location, phone number, or school detail on social media. Schools can help by integrating cyber awareness into different subjects, not only IT classes. For instance, teachers can remind students about online safety during group projects, presentations, or research meetings. In this way, cybersecurity becomes part of everyday learning, not just a one-time lesson. Student-led workshops are also very useful because young people often feel more comfortable learning from their peers. Hearing real stories from other students makes the message more powerful, and more convincing. The advantage of these solutions is that they encourage long-term behavior change, not just short-term awareness. Students do not only know what is right, but also develop good habits over time. However, they do require time, consistency, and support from institutions. Schools and universities need to provide resources. Teachers need to be trained, and students need to stay involved. But in the long run, these efforts are worth it.
Thank you. I'd like to continue by discuss the government and the business perspective, as well as evaluating the feasibility of these solutions. From the government's point of view, cybersecurity often among students is a national concern rather than just an individual issue. School and university network are often connected to larger public systems. Research platform and government-supported databases. Therefore, one small mistake made by a student, such as clicking on a phishing link or using weak password, can lead to serious security risk and wide consequences. Group 5 suggests a nationwide cybersecurity education program supported by the Ministry of Education and digital authorities. This program could teach students how to identify phishing attempts, how to create strong passwords, and how to protect personal data online. The main advantage of this approach is its wide coverage and strong authority, which help ensure that students across the country receive constant guidance. However, a government program can be costly and often takes time to design, approve, and fully implement. From the business perspective, especially for small and medium enterprises, young employees are frequently targeted by cyber attacks due to their lack of experience. A simple mistake at work can expose company system and customer information, resulting in financial losses and damage. Providing basic cyber security training during onboarding, followed by regular reminders, is a practical solution. This approach is easy to implement and offer benefits. However, it is usually limited to the workplace and does not reach a wider population. In, in conclusion, student programs are engaging and focus on long-term awareness. Cultural change takes time, government programs are powerful but slow, and business training is practical but limited in reach. Each solution is effective, but none is on its own.
I agree with everyone's point, and I think our discussion earlier shows that cybersecurity is a shared responsibility. After listening all perspectives from ethical concern, student behavior, cultural influence, government involvement, and business practice, I believe that no single solution can fully solve this problem on its own. Instead, the most effective approach is a combined and strategy. First, education must start earlier and be practical. Students shouldn't not learning what cybersecurity is, but also how to apply to their daily life. For example, many students know that passwords should be strong, but they still reuse the same password across platforms because it's convenient. Through interactive education such as workshop, simulation, and real-life case study, students can earlier see the consequences and careless online behavior. This makes cybersecurity knowledge more memorable and meaningful. Second, cybersecurity should be developed as a daily habit and a part of digital culture. Just like what lock our door before leaving the room, we should naturally think about safety before clicking a link or sharing personal information. Culture plays a very important role here. If safe online behavior becomes the social norm, students will feel more responsible not only for themselves but also for others. Instead, worrying friends about subscribe link and reporting unsafe behavior help create a safer online environment for everyone. Third, support is essential. School and university should actively support cybersecurity initiatives instead of leaving the responsibility entirely to students. Simple actions such as regular reminder, short training section, or awareness poster can already make a difference. At the same time, government involvement provides authority and concessions. When national guidance and police assistance, education instruction is more likely to take cybersecurity seriously. From the business perspective, this approach also benefits future workplace. Many young adults will enter the workforce with access to company system and sensitive data. If they already have strong cybersecurity behavior, the risk of workplace cyber incident will be reduced. This shows that cybersecurity education is not only an individual benefit but also a long-term investment for organization and the economy.
Okay, so thank you for your vocabulary contribution. So to summarize today's meeting, we identify cybersecurity as a serious ethical, educational, and social issue. So we review solution from student, culture, government, and the business perspective. So after evaluating each opinion, we agreed that a combined multi-level strategy is the most effective solution. So one next step is to recommend this integrated approach as a sustainable way to improve cybersecurity among students and young adults. So that's all for our today's presentation. If there are no further comments, I'd like to thank everyone for participating. All right, thank you so much.